Let's move on to our next driver, which is WeWork, and speculation mounting that we could see some kind of boardroom reshuffle, including a removal perhaps of this CEO, Adam Neumann. Softbank is in focus here as the largest shareholder and, of course, pumping lots of money into this company. Claire Sebastian joins me here at the Stock Exchange. How exciting. Great to have you with us. What do we know about this? Because what we're talking about here is Adam Neumann. He may just be the CEO, but he's also a huge shareholder and very influential here too.
Right. This is a potential revolt within the board at WeWork. Right, exactly. This is a report from the Wall Street Journal at the moment. We haven't independently confirmed it, but basically what they're saying is the board could meet as soon as this week, and several members, including those with ties to Softbank, which, as you say, is hugely influential, the largest shareholder in the company, are seeking to remove Adam Neumann as CEO and potentially create a new position for him as non-executive director, which would keep him tied to the company he founded, but would remove his power over the day-to-day running of the company. Now,
New York is called the city that never sleeps. Not true in international territory on the east side of Manhattan. At the United Nations, U.S. Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross had a hard time staying awake during President Trump's speech to the General Assembly. The president wasn't exactly delivering another fire and fury speech, his remarks low and slow in tone.
I have told Kim Jong-un what I truly believe.
The 81-year-old Ross appeared to be off-duty, though it's hard to know if his eyes were slightly open at any time. Delegates chose other activities while Trump spoke. It's not the first time Ross was caught getting some shut-eye while the boss was talking. In 2017 in Saudi Arabia, Ross had his eyes closed with a translation earpiece, even though Trump was speaking in English. Axios has previously reported that privately, President Trump is not happy with Ross's catnaps.
We pay far more than
When Trump spoke at the UN 2 years ago, it was then President of Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe, who couldn't keep his eyes open. A former French UN ambassador shocked the diplomatic community in 2000, writing a guide titled Sleeping at the UN, describing the best places to sneak away and snooze inside the building, complete with numbered ratings. Another time, then British Prime Minister Gordon Brown appeared to have his eyes closed at the UN Security Council table 11 years ago. There is just something about international conferences that bring out the boring.
How are you? Joe's good enough. How you doing?
Outside of the UN, a Democratic candidate who wants to unseat Donald Trump had his eyes closed listening to a speech by President Barack Obama in 2011. Hillary Clinton battled jet lag in Myanmar, trying to keep her eyes open listening to Obama too in 2012. Like the UN, Congress is a house full of speeches. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg was out of order, catching some judicial Z's while President Obama spoke to the nation.
It's about trying to do.
A congressman was dozing while presiding over the House of Representatives. Sometimes it's the presidents themselves who are the snoozers. At the Vatican, Ronald Reagan couldn't stay awake while sitting with the Pope. Wilbur Ross seems to be a serial snorer. He could always blame ad salesman Donald Trump.
So what do you think of my Trump home mattress collection by Serta?
Richard Roth, CNN.
Welcome to Room 9.
United Nations.
Number 9, looking good.
It's important to note that that person who is being criticized for being soft on crime was a prosecutor who was prosecuting Biden's son's company, who was paying him $50,000 a month, and was replaced by another prosecutor soft on crime who wouldn't look into the company that was investigating the vice president's son's company.
So I want to be clear, from our understanding in the Bloomberg reporting, that investigation was dormant. It was already dormant when any of this even happened, so it was not under investigation at that time.
But why do we care less? I mean,
what
why
I'm
do we
making a
not
point
care?
to you by that is there's been a lot of reporting on this, okay? So
I haven't seen a lot of reporting on this.
Well, you could have read the New York Times in the spring. You could have read it when they went into it extensively. You could, I mean, this is not new information. As you point out, the tape of Joe Biden saying it is hardly breaking news.
This was January of 2018, but this is not something that. Here's the thing: if you don't have any problem whatsoever with the vice president, under the direction of, he said, the president of the United States, threatening to withhold $1 billion if they don't stop prosecuting his son's company.
No,
who's
that
paying
was not
$50,000
why
a month.
he did it. You're making that part up, Congressman.
No, I'm not.
He did it because no. You are no.
I'm saying
that was never said. That is not true. No, I'm not. You are saying that that's why he did it, and that is false. There's no evidence that indicates that in any way.
Okay, what I'm saying is that he was threatening, he was demanding that the state prosecutor be fired.
That's right, because
that was the state prosecutor
along with
who was
every other country in the Western Hemisphere and all of our allies thought that this guy was a corrupt guy.
So what? We
so
replace
Joe
him
Biden
with someone
stood up
who
and
is
said it, and then proudly took credit for it. That is what we know.
The problem was he was soft on
those are the
corruption,
facts.
and he was replaced by somebody else soft on corruption. Except the person he was replaced with soft on corruption was someone who was not the individual who was prosecuting his son's company.
Okay. Again, but I'm saying that investigation was already dormant under the guy that you're saying you wanted to get rid of because of something that he wasn't doing. So that doesn't add up either.